All right. Um, yeah, so what's up, guys? We're here to speak on the drama that's happened over Instagram and just hear both sides of the argument. Um, I guess I'll tell you our main issue on our side and our communities and even other discords. We just don't think it's fair that you're passing judgment off two phenos, man. That's like the main gripe about it.
And I'm not passing judgment. I've been posting updates on the grow is what I've been doing. And that seems to be what's
Yeah.
upsetting everyone is just the
Nah,
observations on the grow. I started
nah,
seven
the
seeds. I had 7 seeds, started four males, three females. I got rid of one of the females early on because it didn't make the cut and I had to working with plant counts. So the two in the living soil bed. And there, as I said, we're still, just started week 8 and all I've been doing is posting updates, and that's
nah.
the
It's the
drama was
updates
all
are
one
fine.
sided.
No, I don't. I mean, hey, come on. Some of the comments on there that you were like liking and agreeing with were kind of unfair, man. Like some of those, a lot of them were just straight slander, like straight saying shit that's not true, that's already been
Like what?
debunked.
What? There's
Like,
nothing's been debunked. I mean,
yeah,
there's a very small handful of people that try to defend Blue Skies and his work. I was willing to ignore that and take the risk and bought a pack of seeds, and this is what's happening. And then I just making posts, and the Blue Skies group gets
so
all up in arms and starts attacking. I mean,
So
I've
you're
done nothing but
saying, so you're saying that everyone else on the Blue Skies that bought seeds, that bought the Terp towns, that bought the other things, and also planted it and got crazy phenos are bullshit? Is that what you're saying? Because you got one or like you
No, I never
kept
said that.
three.
I've never even alluded to that. This is
I
all
mean,
your
that's what it
side.
sounds like, though. That's
I'm
literally what
saying
it sounds
all
like.
traditionally what I've seen on the internet and all of the responses are like the majority of those are all negative. Okay. I didn't say that the ones that have had success
So
are lying. Just like you want to say like what's so hard to believe about finding two shitty plants in a 10 pack? A 10 pack's not a pheno hunt. And if you're going to call the 10 pack a pheno hunt, by definition, there's going to be some that aren't keepers. So I don't understand what the
there's
issue is by finding two plants that look
when
like
someone
they're not
when
add up to
someone
much. So
so
it's a pheno
yeah.
hunt. Those are two losers. That's in a pheno hunt that happens. So what's the issue with that?
So, yeah, okay, those are two losers in a pheno hunt, but you're everybody within the comments that you're agreeing with that you've commented under are saying like, oh yeah, all of his seeds are shit, all of his seeds are like that, all of his seeds are this and that, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of this and that, like agreeing with people saying Blue owes you money and shit like that,
I never said blue.
like
I never said anything about him owing me money.
someone said,
Someone
okay,
said that they should
someone
send
said
me
it
a
and you agreed
re,
with it.
no,
And then
somebody
I
said that
told,
he should refund me and send me free seeds. And I said, I don't want any more free seeds from them. And that they weren't free in the first place. Okay. I didn't take any free seeds from them. And
yeah,
I don't need replacements. I knew what I was getting. It was a risk, always is a risk to grow from seed. So that's all.
yeah. Um, so so all right. So to get this straight, so are you saying that not all of Blue's work is shit? Are you saying that he does have skunk then?
I'm not saying that. I have no idea if he does or not.
Okay.
That's
All
why
right. We
I was
could,
willing to take the risk to try and see if he did. What I've grown isn't looking that way. That's all I've said. I have no
yeah.
idea of the
So
entirety of the seeds that he, I don't know. I haven't grown out 1,000 seeds, so I don't know. Maybe there is. What I have doesn't seem like it's going to be that way.
all right. So if you're not denying it, then I mean we can't really hate you for it. It's just seeing in the comments a lot of the things. If you're saying that okay, that wasn't really your stance on it and that I'm misunderstanding your comments, then that's straight. But it wasn't even the posts themselves. Like the posts themselves were fine. Like, and you were even pointing out the good parts of the weed, like its structure and all that. But which is probably why strains like that are even within that gene pool because they had such good structure that they were worth keeping. But mostly, yeah, that was the main gripe was that it felt like you were judging that, and like other people were talking about how you were pushing other people's seeds, though it really just could be you giving your opinion, which is fine. Obviously, we can't just tell you to not give your fucking opinion on what you're growing. So,
No, and I'm open
it's
about the affiliations that I do have. And I
yeah,
don't have any affiliation with Old School. I had no idea there was any connection between Old School and Blue Skies until I
yeah,
asked
there
him
is.
about
That's
it
proven.
yesterday,
Yeah,
which is fine. And what's your connection with Old School? Like, what is this to you? Why would you feel necessary to defend a breeder?
it's.
Like, I don't get that. If you don't have any stake in the game and just like from a pure
I
observational
have
point of view,
I I have connections with this. I make money off of this. This directly affects my pockets. If someone
well, there
shit
you go.
talking strains, it directly affects my pockets. Yeah. So obviously I got to sit here and stand up for my strains. Yeah.
Well, instead
It
of, this, so where did this seed stock come from? How was it produced, sourced, and
the
selected?
seed
Was
stock.
there, I've heard the story that he originally got something from Old Timer One. So
Yeah.
how did he propagate
So
that? What selection process does he use to breed, and how many plants does he currently grow out yearly to do quality control on the genetics he releases?
so he learned most of his breeding tactics and most of his breeding things from Old Timer and other breedings
Which
and
Old
his
Timer
old
has repeatedly
experience.
denied. Like everyone
Not
that has
true.
talked to Old Timer
Not true.
denied having that connection. But
Not true.
I'm talking
There's
about
literal
current seed
posts.
stock. So how many seeds
I
has
could.
dude
Do you
grown
want me
out
to pull up?
this
Wait. Do
year?
you want me to pull up the post of Old Timer
No, I want to
saying that
talk
he gave
about.
him seeds? I could pull
Yeah,
that up right
I
now.
do want you to pull that up because I haven't seen
Okay,
that. But I'm
I'll
more
send it to
curious
you
about like
right
how
now.
many seeds is he growing out a year? Like how many skunks is he pulling out per pack? What kind of quality control is being done on these
How many?
seeds?
So he does a couple thousand runs per year. The Turp Town tickets were his last run. They were selected. They were like 70. There were 70 females that were so good on the nose or the appearance that he had to keep, all within the old timer stock that he had. Do you want me to tell you where the stock originated from so it makes more sense?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm super
Okay,
interested.
so the
There's nothing
stock,
but drama and lies and multiple stories about the genetics. So I'd
yeah, so
love to
first
hear
off,
your side of the story.
the yeah, all of this is already out there, by the way. Like it's already on the YouTube channel that we have set up. So yeah, it's
Like
if
literally,
you wanted to
you
read
were the
to it,
only
but
people on the internet talking good about this breeder. So just throwing that out there as well.
I mean, bro, nobody has actually come on to try and do any debates besides you. So I'll show
That's because
you
like
more
I have
shit.
more
Let's
patience than anyone else. Like
yeah.
dealing with this random attack nonsense. It's like
Yeah, let me
the yelling your opinion the loudest doesn't mean it's right.
yeah. So let me tell you where the seeds came from, and let me show you Old Timer One agreeing that the story was true. Within UK for 20. Give me one sec.
Yeah, message me that post because I've definitely never seen anything but him denying having any connection. So I would definitely love to see something from him saying that. And this is like the funniest thing about this for me is like it's like traditionally you're like right on par. Anyone that doesn't like scream they found a skunk is automatically attacked and like demonized.
Not
And
really. It's
if you're gonna
it's
call
not
it a
it's not
pheno
about
hunt, then obviously it's not a stabilized breed, right? That's the whole thing is like start
yeah,
your own breeding
that's
projects from this. So it's gonna be hit
yeah,
or
that's
miss
the
just
point
by
of
the
the
very
seeds.
definition of it.
Yeah. But the difference in it is that's not the problem. If you're saying like, oh yeah, I ran it, I didn't find skunk, whatever, there might be some truth behind it, then that's fine. But if you're flat out saying that all his whole catalog is bullshit because you ran 10 seeds,
So I
it's kind of fucked.
I've never even alluded to that. I have never said anything about
The
his
comments look that
catalog.
way, bro. I could pull
Yeah,
up
I can't
comments
tell.
as well, but
I'm not making those comments. Thousands of people follow me. They can have
it's
their own opinion if they want.
it's not, but it's comments that people write then you agree with where there's a conversation. But look, so this is where the seeds came from though. They're from Lot 5 Evo, which is a old timer one cross of different landrace sativas. which were fruity, which is where you find some of the mangoes from the Turptown ticket and some of the other crazy fruity and terpy fucking candy strains from Turptown. The ESB haze, which is the E stands for the post from Old Timer right here. It literally says the E stands for a Nigerian sativa. The S stands for skunk. The B stands for DJ Short's blueberry that he got back in the day. What he had, Blue Skies had both ESB, and he also had a cross from Old Timer that Old Timer also says he gave to him called Haze X Skunk. Haze X Skunk was literally just the Nigerian sativa to the skunk that Old Timer had. That's where the original lines come from, and that's where all his genetics started from. Now, what the Boss Pack is his third put out of putting out skunks. He dropped the S line. The S line was all right. It had some skunks that were more on the only skunky side, not RKS. He did the same with the S line 2, was similar but had more of the garlics in them as well. S line 3 started to have the RKS in it, and Boss Pack has the RKS in it. How he selected and how he bred from those, I'd have to ask him for the S lines. I don't have that information out in front of me right now since those packs were long gone and most of his accounts were deleted. And his accounts do get deleted with his info on this. But with the Boss Pack, I'm pretty sure it was a mix of 5 different skunk males that were strong as fuck and a couple other skunk females. Let me see. But that's where, if you want to ask his breeding tactics are the same breeding tactics that literally fucking everyone does. You go up to the plant, you smell it. If it's not being a bitch, if it's not being deficient in any nutrients, you keep it. If it's not dwarfed, you keep it. If it has any of that, you toss that shit out. That's his main breeding tactic. He doesn't need a fancy fucking machine to test the plant before it comes out. Like, tests don't even tell you shit. Like, I don't know. I have a strong belief that most THC testing companies don't know what the fuck they're doing, and I could bring another person on to talk to you about that if you want.
No, I can't disagree with you. The testing
Yeah.
procedures and quality controls out of all over the place, and
Yeah.
there can vary the wild variations in testing. And just in the one strain, I
Yeah.
had tested 3 different labs and 3 different test
Exactly,
results. So
bro.
that's
Yeah.
not everything, but it is something, and it's something to see. And it's just like I said, going on week 8, it's underdeveloped, no nose, very little trichome production, and that's just a fact. I'm not, skewing it one way or the
Yeah.
other. Can't change what it is. So, and I'm
if you're here to
not
spit
saying
facts, that's
anything. I
fine,
said
man.
it's gonna be another couple weeks. I'll let it go, and maybe it'll come around.
If
But
I'll just tell you,
this
yeah. Go ahead, continue. My bad.
no, it's just this is the whole. I like going into it. People warn me off of even associating with this at all because of the drama that just circulates around it, and it's just been nothing but a headache the last couple of days. I definitely not super stoked on
Yeah.
how it's all going down. So I will
Nah,
probably just
yeah.
wash my hands
This
and not be pursuing any other growth with his work just because whether or not there's a skunk in there, it doesn't seem to be worth the headache that goes along with it.
um yeah, man. I mean, it's more about the comments, and like you could act like you're fully innocent, but I could literally show comments on the screen that show that you're kind of agreeing with people saying
Well,
that
that's
you're
fine.
fully
And
bullshit. But
you said
um
you're making money on this deal, so you have a vested interest to be opinionated in one direction specifically. So I wouldn't expect you to look at those comments in any other light. But people can make whatever comment they want, and we'll
it's
see
just
here the next
bullshit
couple of weeks how
comments
the
though. It's quite
plant.
literally slander. It's quite literally
Yeah.
slander from people that haven't grown the seeds. That's the issue. Or from people that
Okay,
have
well,
grown
you
2
can take that
females
up with
like you.
them. Just
Okay.
chase down
But
them and tell them that you don't appreciate the comments.
but
I
yeah.
don't know what else to tell you.
honestly, but yeah, that was the main gripe about it. We've had people that have had strains like you, and then they end up smoking it. They talk all the bullshit too, and then they end up smoking it, and they apologize because it's one of the strongest fucking smokes of their life. I doubt you'll do that, even if it's a good smoke. We'll see if you'll put it out, if you'll actually give a smoke report on it. But yeah, we actually have a video of someone on here that did get that. That's also another breeder. That didn't even use that strain, that lost that strain because he didn't keep it probably, and you probably didn't keep that one either. Wouldn't be
No,
surprised.
I don't have any
But
cuttings. I mean, I have no
the
problem admitting when I'm wrong. That's the only
but
way
yeah,
I've learned and
if
become a better grower over the years. I'm gonna let it finish and see how it does. And if it's phenomenal, I'll be the first to say it. And that's
all right,
because all I have done the whole time is to give my honest, straightforward opinion and observations on it. So I don't attend, like I said, I have no obligations or commitments to anyone except for my own morals and ethics. And it's not worth me lying
yeah, I
to
mean,
try to hurt somebody's feelings, dude. I'm just out here growing and documenting it for everyone to see.
yeah, I mean, it's all good. It sounds, yeah, it did look like there was some sort of connection there just from the amount of slander and dick writing that was happening, but it's all good.
Well, dick
I
riding, you call
will,
it like talking about somebody's years of work paying off in the garden is dick riding. I guess I'm guilty of that, but I'm
yeah,
not gonna I'm not gonna not mention someone's plant because it hurts your feelings because it doesn't
yeah,
look
it's
as good
just
or
in
yours would
the,
look good
yeah,
next to it.
more in the comments, but yeah. Um, the but yeah, those were the main gripes. Besides that, old school did use starter stock, that's known, and blue skies as starter stock, and I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't,
not
that's
much
not known. I
else to
mean,
talk about.
he worked with him briefly. I know that, but I don't believe for a second
I
that
don't think it was
his
briefly.
genetics
It
are
was like
based on
for a
blue
year.
sky stuff.
Yeah,
That's
if you
very
see
briefly.
from, yeah,
And yeah, and well, I heard
it's
only one
it's
side of the
enough
story,
time.
but it seems to line up with everyone else's opinion on him. So I tend more to believe old school over, someone that's working for or with blue skies, a former
Yeah,
business
I mean,
business associate.
I mean, old school would be in a position to slander blue skies for the same reason, since he makes money off seeds. So like, you can't just say one. You can't be biased in the way you're kind of being
You can
biased right now.
speak the truth, though. I think you're confusing slander and like
I mean, but
speaking the truth on something.
you're
It's like
assuming I'm not speaking the truth because
you're assuming that I'm not speaking. You're making a lot of assumptions as well. You don't know
I'm
the
not
story.
assuming that you're not speaking the truth. I'm assuming that you're I'm literally here because of the shit in the comments. I'm here because all the shit in the comments and all this, if it all stays in your comment section, I could go screenshot it and literally send it to you privately if you want. All the comments that I had a problem with, if you want me to.
I have
But
no reason.
that there's
If people
no
can make comments, I have no thought about that.
there are
I just
comments
like
that
and
you're
smile and
agreeing with though. But yeah, but it's all good. I still just I still give you respect for even coming on here because most people are too fucking pussy to even hop on a Zoom like this. But
oh, dude, I got
um
nothing to hide.
yeah, but
Well,
there's
see, send me
in
the
terms of
literature that has old timer admitting that he gave blue skies. 'Cause I'm cruising UK 420 right now, and all there is like
for sure.
hundreds of pages of people hating on blue skies. It's like that's all I ever see. So it would be something. Send me that in my messenger, whatever email. You got my
Yeah,
email from
yeah.
the Zoom now.
No. I'll send it straight to your DMs, bro. I'm
All
not,
right,
yeah, and I'm gonna just drop all. You won't see me in your comment section again saying any stupid shit like that either. By the way, like
that's
I'm not
fine. I'm not
gonna
going to make any
try
I'm not
to
making
move.
comments, and I'll be glad to come back on after harvest and talk about after smoke
All right,
report.
all right, man. Have a good one though. Take care.
Yep. All right.
I'll send you that stuff.